Alright, so Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson just ended, and I've got a lot of thoughts on this. I didn't bother to make a predictions video on this because I already knew everybody was gonna watch this fight. We kind of all knew that Jake Paul most likely would win this fight. But in the back of my head, I kind of thought Mike Tyson had it, and early on in this fight, he looked sharp. The first 3 rounds of this fight, it looked like as close to prime Mike Tyson as you'll get at 58. But then, the age started to show, sadly for Tyson, and Jake Paul was basically able to outbox him. He won by unanimous decision, 80-72, 79-73, 79-73, and cool. Jake Paul now has a win over Mike Tyson, but it's a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. I hope after this we're done with the gimmick fights. We're gonna talk about what this card meant for Netflix and the money and how many people watched it and that. But you know, we all kind of knew what we were getting into. Some of us put it false hope that we would see Mike Tyson in his prime. And to Jake Paul's credit, I don't want to completely overlook this win and say it means nothing. It absolutely does. For somebody to only train boxing for 5 years and to go in the AT&T Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and fight Mike Tyson. It takes dedication. It takes somebody who is athletically in shape, and it's you know it's both incredible and predictable. You know, and we saw what happened when Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury. That was a competitive fight. I know he did fight some boxing contenders. I know he rattled off a few wins before the Perry fight. But I don't want to see these gimmick fights anymore. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Jake Paul, either you're in it for the money or you're trying to build a career. And I respect either position. But if your next fight is going to be this retired boxer or this retired MMA fighter, I feel like you're going to lose all credibility to your boxing career. And it really is just you playing off of gimmicks to make money, which I respect either way. But to end it off, it was a good performance by Jake Paul, but it was a predictable performance. And you know, I hope that Jake Paul is able to use this for his persona, build off of it. I'm damn indigestion. But like, let's see Jake Paul face people around his age, face people that are true boxers. Maybe go into PFL if you want to fight MMA fighters. Like, he signed over there, and you know, he hasn't really done much with it. I know Francis just had his debut. It'd be massive to see Jake Paul get in there and have his own debut. But I don't know. Katie Taylor defeats Amanda Serrano. Unanimous decision, 95-94. This to me was one of the biggest fucking robberies of the entire night. Katie Taylor going into this, I respected, but after this fight, man, like, boxing is dead. And we're gonna get into this after we talk about all the fights. Boxing is fucking dead, dude. Dana White said it best. Every single boxing event we watch is a going out of sale event, and this is exactly what it was. Amanda Serrano dominated this fight. If you really want to talk about this was an utter domination by Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor headbutted Amanda Serrano 16 times, I counted. Um, I could be higher, I could be lower, I'm not even sure. It got to a point where I didn't even know which was a headbutt and which wasn't. And the referee did nothing about it. This is one of the most incompetent boxing referees I've ever seen. And that says something about boxing, which is one of the most corrupted fucking sports there is on the planet. And this entire card showed it true. So Katie Taylor, complete bullshit when Amanda Serrano won this fight. So if Amanda Serrano is serious about going into the PFL, I didn't realize she was already 37. Or how old is she? Let me bring that up really quick. Amanda Serrano is. She is 36. Okay. 36. Maybe she can go over to the PFL, have some big fights there, but yeah. After this fucking fight, man. Call me sexist. Female boxing is a fucking joke. That's an Olympic level champion. Olympic level champion. Are you fucking shitting me? But, anyways. Moving on, we go to Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos. This again was a weird fight to me. Barrios did look good, but I thought overall, Ramos, however you say it, he was landing the better shots. He was being way more aggressive. Yeah, Mario and Barrios on the ropes. Mario Barrios did get a knockdown early on, but I don't know. Still though, this was an incredible fight. An incredible fight. Regardless of whether or not I agree with the decision. But yeah. It was a split draw. 14-12, 10-16, 13-13. But yeah, this fight was that fight was incredible. Really good. Then we go to Niraj Goyat versus Nunes. This was hilarious. Goyat won by unanimous decision 59, 55, 60, 54, and 60, 54. Niraj Goyat basically did whatever he wanted this fight. I'm pretty sure he outlanded uh, Nunes in all rounds. He even assaulted him in the corner during the fight, which was hilarious. Which Nunes even laughed at. But like that just goes to show. Like I know Izzy did it famously to Paulo Costa and other people do it. Well, when it gets to the point where you're humping your fucking opponents, you already know you broke them. But all in all, though, this was probably my favorite fight of the night. Um, then moving on, we have a so-called women's fight of Shadisha Green and Melinda Watpool. Dude, these women were fucking massive. Apparently, they were fighting in the same division that Canelo Alvarez fights at, which is around middleweight if we're talking UFC terms. And dear God, dude, it was like watching two giants throw down. And honestly, it was a pretty good fight. I was really entertained. Sadistic Rain looked really, really good. Man, like some of the strikes that were thrown were insane. Like I swear to God, her biceps were like there's one of her biceps the size of two of my thighs put together. I swear, like this woman was massive, but good win by her. I was, I was blown away by both of them, even Rockpool too. She was massive, but yeah, really fun fight. Um, but apart from the memes and that, yeah, you know, I can't shit on it that much. They both did put a lot of effort out there. It was a pretty good fight. Then we go to Body defeating Armando Cajamonica via majority decision. Body looked really good in this fight. I had him winning this 97-94. But yeah, again, the earlier fights on this card were really entertaining. But yeah, all in all, good fight. Then we go down to the opener. Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington defeated Dana Coolwell via unanimous decision. Basically dominated the entire fight. I don't have really much to say because, again, I'm not the biggest boxing fan. I only watch the big events, and the only reason why I watched this was because it was free, right? But we gotta we gotta now talk about boxing as a whole and whether okay, it's not whether or not it's dead. It is boxing is really on its way points. You have Fury, you have Usyk, you have Joshua, you have Canelo, you have Haney, you have Garcia. Maybe throw Wilder in there. Those are your only promotable boxers on the planet right now. I would Serrano too. Um, after that fight, I'm not throwing Taylor in there. I will never cheer for Taylor after that performance. That was the dirtiest fucking performance. Okay, again, I did not do that fight justice. Like the amount of headbutts were unreal. She got cut open, and Serrano too. She outlanded fucking Taylor by an absurd amount. She was landing beautiful combinations. Again, too, from my point of view, she dominated that fight. But fuck, man. Like again, it's boxing judges. Not saying MMA judges are any better, but like, dude, if this is what boxing has to give, where it's Jake Paul fighting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, where it's, you're relying off of all of these boxers too afraid to fight the real contenders because they're all fixated on keeping their zeros. Like, that is the one thing that MMA has had over boxing forever, ever since MMA began in 1993, is that it doesn't matter what the fuck your record is. You will fight the best competition and either you win or you don't. That is why people like GSP stand the test of time. That's why people like Khabib stand the test of time. Anderson Silva, even though he lost 9 fights, stands the test of time. In his prime, he was unbeatable, right? You can go to Couture. record 16-14, nearly a 500 record. But he's still one of the greatest of all time because he fought every legit contender in his era, right? There's a reason why Dana hasn't gone into boxing. We've heard about Zuffa boxing for years. After this shit, it's not gonna fucking happen. Like, are you kidding me? Like, even Eddie Hearn, right, acknowledges that boxing is in such a difficult space right now. It's not culturally as popular as it is, and MMA, as Joe Rogan predicted, as Dana White predicted, as any fan of MMA has predicted, UFC took over. MMA took over. One championship is massive. Like, I don't think you guys who don't follow like every organization, one championship is massive, dude. Like, in the East, one championship competes with like NHL, NFL, like those kinds of ratings, right? But are you really gonna sell me on, fucking any of these fighters becoming stars, selling out venues, selling out AT&T, AT&T themselves, whatever the stupid Dallas Cowboy venue is called. I'm a Steelers fan. Screw the Cowboys. But yeah, I don't know. I hope Mike Tyson got paid millions of dollars. By the way, if anybody thinks that he took this fight because he's broke, he owns a massive weed company and he owns a vape company. Like, Mike Tyson is, and he has his podcast, everything. Mike Tyson is not short on money. The point of him taking this fight was, and if you watch the interviews, he wanted to reignite Iron Mike Tyson, right? There's Mike Tyson the person, and then there's his ego, Iron Mike Tyson. And I'm 20. I was too young to acknowledge Mike Tyson. I know he was around in the early and late 2000s, but I didn't get to see, the 90s. Obviously, I went back and I've watched all the Tyson fights over and over again, as I do basically any kind of combat sports I can find. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what did you think about this event? What do you think about Jake Paul? What his career is, and what do you think about boxing as a whole and the lifeline it was on? Because nobody can convince me that boxing is in a good position after that. Other than that, thanks for watching. Later.